Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing a major milestone. My very first race with Skye Simsport. We took on a 6-hour endurance challenge at Kyalami and it was a bit of a roller coaster from start to finish. There was a time that I never thought that I'd get the chance to race with these guys for reasons I'm not going to get into. But one thing led to another and here I am being accepted into this team and it's extremely humbling. The opportunity to learn from these incredible skilled drivers is exciting. Sharing a car with them is an absolute honour. But let's see what the ACM commentators had to say about our sister car driven by Wilf and Jack. And they started from the back.
And it's been an absolute breeze for Paduano. It's been absolutely flawless. I really am running out of superlatives to use to describe the drive of Paduano. He started 33rd position, dead last with no qualifying time. He now finds himself up into second place, and that is our long-time race leader. He is now absolutely hunting down. Absolutely incredible scenes from Paduano. What a drive, himself and humble. I tell you that, I don't think they'll be very humble after this one, and rightfully so, to be fair. Look at how much better he is through sunset. The car, all that grip he's got right on the inside line, nowhere near the outside edges of sunset, but still manages to maintain position. Absolutely formation stuff from Paduano. He knows exactly when he can and can't pounce, and that is exactly what he's doing. I think we're about to see another crocodile smile from Paduano here. Certainly, oh no, for the mine shaft, he's going for it. He's later on the brakes, he's up the inside, and again, I don't think Marchman put in too much of a defence there, because they will be acutely aware at the moment Paduano is just lapping head and shoulders quicker than anyone else.
So you see, we're in good hands, but for now, let's focus on the present. The road ahead is long, and this is just the beginning. My goal for this race was to try and keep it clean, stay consistent, and bring the car home. As we know, the race was a 6-hour race at Kyalami, and I'm going to try and condense it down into this short video. The video will just have the key moments that defined our race, the highs, the lows, the comebacks, setbacks. It's all here, so buckle up because this is going to be rapid fire breakdown of the first endurance race with Skye Simsport. We ran 65-minute stints with 2 driver lineup, myself and Matt, and we're about similar pace. Matt might be a touch faster on outright speed, but what's a few tenths between friends, eh? But even before we started, things took an unexpected turn. I wasn't supposed to start, but due to unforeseen circumstances, I ended up doing both qualifying and the opening stint. I won't lie, I was nervous. I hadn't done a competitive start in months, and this was my first endurance event with the new team. I wanted to get it right. We qualified P12, and now I had to get my head down for the start of the race. We were all set, lights out, and it was all about settling in. The first few laps were about finding the rhythm, staying out of trouble, getting comfortable in the car. But then my first setback. A collision unfolded in front of us, forcing me off the track, and in the heat of the moment I rejoined unsafely. The result was a 10-second penalty. I hold my hands up, it was on me, not the start that I wanted, but we just have to carry on. We fought up to about P6, P7 for a moment, but then we settled into the race at around P9. But then I made another fatal mistake. Braking and turning with my rear offside just touching the curb, it was enough to unsettle the car, and before I knew it, I was a passenger to the scene of the accident. That mistake forced an early pit stop and an unscheduled driver swap, bringing Matt into the car much earlier than planned. When he rejoined, we were all the way down in P27. Matt got to work lap after lap. He was consistent, precise and relentless. From P27 he clawed all the way back to P12 before handing the car back to me. When I rejoined I was in P19, but with a fresh mindset. and a mission to regain lost ground. I pushed hard, making up positions, and eventually we were fighting for P11. But then disaster struck again. 8 minutes before my stint ending, P2 behind us misjudged the gap to my bumper and clipped my rear, spinning me round. The crash cost us valuable time, but pitting wasn't an option this time. If I came in now, we'd need an extra stop before the end, which would ruin our strategy. So I had to nurse the damaged car for the rest of my stint, losing even more precious time before handing the car back to Matt. Matt took over again and, just like before, delivered another clean, consistent drive. We had fallen back to P20, but he worked his way up once more, bringing the car back to P12. By this point, we had lost over 2 minutes in repair and lost time, yet we were still fighting for a top 10. This was it, my last stint coming from P17. By now the nerves had gone, and the only thing in my head was putting in a clean, strong drive. No mistakes, no distractions, just focusing. Lap after lap, I was hitting my marks, keeping my lap times super consistent, and slowly but surely I worked my way through the field up to P10. When Matt jumped in the car for the final run, we were sitting in P11. One last stint, one last chance to secure the best result possible, and Matt, he delivered. Another rock solid drive, no mistakes, bringing the car home in P9. Meanwhile, our sister car, as you heard at the beginning, put on a masterclass. Starting last, they stormed through the field, and within the first 50 minutes were leading, lapping the entire grid throughout their first 5.5 hour stint. But just as their dominance was settling in, disaster struck for them. A server disconnect, I would add a multi-server disconnect, dropped them to P4. Undeterred though, they fought their way back to P2, proving that without the disconnect, victory was all but certain. A phenomenal drive from Wilf and Jack, but another case of what could have been. This race had everything: highs, lows, mistakes, comebacks, and pure endurance. From a rough start to multiple recoveries, Matt and I fought through it all. And in the end, P9 felt like a real achievement, given everything that we had to overcome. A huge thank you to Skye Simsport for the opportunity, and to Matt for being patient and delivering when it mattered. This was just the beginning. Next time, we go even stronger. If you enjoyed the breakdown of this video, please make sure to like, subscribe for more sim racing content, and hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload. Let me know in the comments below what the biggest comeback you've ever pulled off in a race, and I shall see you guys in the next video.